My name is Al Vasquez, and I'm an executive coach after spending 20 years in software. And I'm here with Joe Marmati. Joe and I go way back, all the way to college. Joe has launched and built an incredible piece of software for the solar industry, and I'm here to interview him about it. Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about Sunvoy?
Well, thanks, Al. Yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity. I'm a big fan of Solar Academy, and really, I'm here today just to talk about my background in starting Ipsen Solar and how that led to Sunvoy. So it's an interesting story, lots of twists and turns, but really, I primarily want to talk about Sunvoy because I think that's what
Yeah.
Solar Academy is interested in.
Cool. So just so we can orient Sunvoy into things we already know about the solar industry, what is Sunvoy and what is its position in the market, and why should people care?
Well, Sunvoy is the first and only solar customer portal and fleet management system built by a solar installer for a solar installer. So it's branded with the logo, the colors of the solar installer, hosted on their website with a custom URL. So it really looks like it was built by the solar installer for their homeowners. And it came out of our lived experience as a solar installer. We've spent the last 7 years, my business partner, Hervé, and I, building Ipsen Solar. Actually, I even have the mug right here. Check it out, just to prove that we're a real solar company. It's even worn down and everything. So Ipsen Solar is a 7-year-old solar business serving the Washington, D.C. metro area. And we do mostly residential and some light commercial work. But what we realized a few years ago was that we were sending all of our customers to third-party manufacturers' monitoring websites, particularly from the inverter brands. They all have their own communications device and monitoring platforms, and they really don't have any relationship to the brand of the solar installer. So the status quo for solar installers is you educate a homeowner on solar energy, get them to sign a contract. You kind of go dark for 3 to 6 months, and the homeowner really doesn't know where they are in the process. You flip the switch once the system is installed and inspected and turned on, and then you basically hand over the customer relationship to a manufacturer and their monitoring platform, which doesn't show the brand, the colors, the logo of the solar installer. And so you're really just kind of handing over that relationship to somebody else for 30 years. And we realized that we had homeowners who were literally forgetting who installed the system who had no obvious way to refer their friends and family, or would come to us at tax time and ask where their paid in full invoice was. And it just made no sense to do this. We were really self-commoditizing in a sense, right? We were turning ourselves as a solar installer into a commodity that anyone could do. And that really is just no way to build a brand. It's no way to reduce the cost of acquisition. It's no way to upsell to the homeowner for energy storage or an EV charger or more solar panels or a smart main service panel that you would want to sell them over the course of 10, 20, 30 years. And so that really was the conception of Sunvoy, was giving homeowners a single point of truth where they can track their project, where they can see all of their energy data in one place, where they can see all their project documents, where they can open a service ticket, where they can track their project from the minute they sign the contract, and they can live within one single place through the 30-year life of the system.
So that sounds like taking what used to be sort of a once and done sort of relationship where the installation's done and we walk away to something a lot more long term. Am I having that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, most contractors in general, like home improvement contractors, they're time and materials, right? They're coming in, there's a scope of work, they're doing X, Y, Z, they're sending you an invoice, you're paying the bill. And I don't know about you, but I've probably had 50 contractors come through my home in the 10 years since I've owned this house, which I think it's been exactly 10 years this week that I've owned this house. I don't remember just about any of them, or maybe one or two I have some ongoing maintenance relationship with, like my HVAC contractor, but I don't really remember most of them. And maybe in some industries that's fine, right? If you're a plumber, you're doing plumbing work, you're doing ongoing service work, and that fits your business model. For the solar industry, the cost of acquisition is extraordinarily high. There's some parts of the country where it's up to a quarter of the cost of the system is the cost of acquisition. So it's a real problem because solar is not normalized. And I heard it put well the other day. People don't buy solar, they are sold solar, right? It's not at the point like of just about every other technology in the home where you know you need it and you're going to go find it on your own. You have to be educated about the value proposition of solar. And so there's a lot of work to do in reducing that cost of acquisition, in building trust in the technology, in the installer network. And one way that we want to do that with Sunvoy is to build the customer relationship, right? So that solar installers are not commoditized, so that they can see all of their energy data in one place. A perfect example of this is, there are homeowners, including myself, who have solar, they have home energy consumption monitoring, they have a smart main service panel, they have EV charging, they have energy storage, and they might be going to 5 different apps, literally, that have nothing to do with the brand of the solar installer to track all their
Yeah,
energy.
it gets really messy. Gets really messy. Are you
Really
saying
messy.
that Sunvoy can solve that?
Oh, yeah. Not only do you have one place to see all of your energy data now as a homeowner, it's all under the brand umbrella of the solar installer. So it's in their colors and their logo, it's in their customer portal. And that brings a lot of legitimacy to the entire industry, right? Because now it's like, oh, okay, this is one system that's all working together. And it's a reminder of who did the work, that sold the system, developed it, installed it all in one place.